Hey, Washington Commanders fans. I have three absolutely crucial pieces of news you need to know before the Sunday night game against the Broncos. I guarantee that each one will directly impact what we see on the field. The first piece of news provides a comprehensive analysis of the gigantic challenge ahead of us against one of the best defenses in the entire NFL, and Cliff Kingsbury didn't hold back in his words describing what awaits us. The second involves a roster move that took place on Friday and shows how the management is adjusting the pieces with an eye on the future. And the third officially confirms who our starting quarterback will be and brings the news we've all been waiting for about the return of a very important star. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on the notifications because you can't miss any updates about the Commanders, and leave a like. Let's start by talking about the absolutely gigantic challenge we have ahead of us on Sunday night. The Washington Commanders are intensely preparing to face the Denver Broncos, who boast an impressive record of 9 wins and only 2 losses this season. The Broncos are simply a great team in every imaginable aspect, but their defense has been absolutely electrifying throughout the season, and that is where we need to focus our attention. Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury praised the Broncos' defense effusively earlier this week during the press conference. He said that historically, this defense is on track to be one of the best of all time when it comes to the number of sacks accumulated. So we are talking about an absolutely relentless style of play that gives no quarter. Extremely talented players dominate that defense, whether it's the guys playing on the edges or Zach Allen causing chaos inside. They are all filled with individual talent. The way they are truly relentless in their constant pressure on the passer is impressive to watch. Kingsbury noted that it's clear they play selflessly, always thinking about the collective, and Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator of the Denver Broncos, is doing an exceptional job creating favorable one-on-one situations in his scheme. This intelligently allows these guys to focus completely and hunt down the opponent without worries. So it's an extremely difficult challenge to figure out how to block them properly on each individual play. It has been a long week of intense preparation trying to put together a game plan that works. And if you think it wasn't already tough enough, the situation has become even more complicated because the Broncos defense will see the return of all-pro cornerback Pat Surtain II specifically this week. He has missed the last 3 games due to a chest injury, but is back now just to face us. Kingsbury was straightforward when talking about him, saying he is one of the absolutely dominant cornerbacks in the entire league when he is healthy and on the field. There are not many cornerbacks he would say are so impenetrable, and Surtain is definitely one of them without a doubt. So if he's going to play on the sideline or commit a specific pass interference, you need to know exactly where he is positioned on each play. He is literally one of those rare guys who can completely eliminate one of your offensive options on every single play without exception. And even in the running game, when you try to run, he gets into the play making important tackles. Kingsbury said he was really impressed with his complete style of play. And if he returns today as expected, it will definitely be an extremely positive point for their defense and negative for us. If Surtain has the chance to match up directly against Terry McLaurin or another elite receiver from the Commanders during the game, it will only make Washington's already challenging task of scoring points much more complicated. Look, let's be honest here as fans. It won't be easy for the Commanders to beat the Broncos considering all these unfavorable circumstances. So our team needs to be absolutely at its best level to stay minimally competitive against one of the best teams in the entire AFC. Every play will matter, every block needs to be perfect, and Marcus Mariota will have to make quick, precise decisions under constant pressure. It's the kind of game that separates good teams from bad teams, and we'll find out which side we are on at this point in the season. Now, let's move on to the second piece of news involving a roster move that happened on Friday. The Commanders waived wide receiver Robbie Chosen on Friday in a decision that isn't very surprising, considering his lack of impact. Chosen is 32 years old and originally signed with the Jets as an undrafted free agent from Temple University back in 2016. He completed his 3-year rookie contract and renewed for 1 year at a value of $3,295 million as a restricted free agent in 2019. In 2020, Chosen became an unrestricted free agent for the first time and signed a 2-year contract worth $20 million with the Panthers, strategically opting to reunite with his college coach Matt Rule. He was about to become an unrestricted free agent again in 2022 before agreeing to a 2-year, $29.5 million contract extension with the Panthers in August 2021. However, he was traded during the 2022 season to the Cardinals, completely changing his scenery. Arizona eventually chose to waive Chosen, and he was quickly signed by the Dolphins, consistently alternating between the practice squad and the active roster. He then signed with the 49ers at the start of the 2024 training camp before being waived again and returning to Miami's practice squad. He was promoted to the active roster in the first 2 weeks of the 2024 season, but failed to establish himself. Chosen had another brief stint with the 49ers this summer before finally joining the Commanders recently. In 2025, Chosen participated in only 1 game for the Commanders and made 4 receptions for 36 yards. numbers that simply do not justify keeping him occupying a valuable spot on the roster. It's the kind of move that goes unnoticed, but shows how management is constantly evaluating and making adjustments. And now we arrive at the third and most important news that officially confirms the quarterback situation and brings the news we all expected. The Washington Commanders head into Sunday's game with the necessary clarity finally established, with Marcus Mariota confirmed back in the starting lineup and Terry McLaurin returning from injury, a duo that the team genuinely hopes can stabilize the offense against the Denver Broncos. Head coach Dan Quinn officially confirmed the news after Jaden Daniels was ruled out due to that left elbow injury, noting that the rookie has made great encouraging progress, but has not yet been cleared for physical contact by medical staff. The news was initially reported by Tom Pelissero of NFL Network and gives the Commanders a clear direction: fully trust the veteran experience, maintain basic efficiency, and strictly respect Daniels' recovery timeline without rushing. Marcus Mariota naturally brings a crucial calm to the entire group. He always plays within the established structure without trying to do anything magical. He avoids unnecessary chaos and hasty decisions. His playing style doesn't generate spectacular explosions regularly, but keeps the offense running at the right pace without major mistakes. This is extremely important against a Broncos defense that constantly disguises pressure and forces quarterbacks to make extremely difficult decisions under pressure. With the critically important return of McLaurin, the Commanders regain their most reliable and established solution in the passing game. He automatically stretches the field just with his presence, draws the attention of the best defenders, and offers Mariota a safe option when plays get tighter and more complicated. Dan Quinn specifically praised Terry McLaurin's week of practice, highlighting his precise movements and confident acceleration, which are clear signs that the receiver is completely ready to reclaim his spotlight in the stadium. The Commanders greatly missed the stability that McLaurin brings. The offense didn't necessarily lack effort from the players, but rather solidity and reliability in key positions. McLaurin restores exactly that immediately. And with Mariota back leading the offense, McLaurin becomes even more strategically important. He softens opposing coverages by being a constant threat, widens the available passing lanes, and turns routine plays into sustainable rhythm. Pelissero added important information, saying that Daniels continues to push internally for a quick return and is on track for a realistic comeback soon. But Quinn is steadfastly refusing to rush him back prematurely, not when it comes to the franchise quarterback of the Commanders, not when carefully considering his long-term development and health. Thus, the spotlight turns entirely to Mariota and McLaurin, two extremely solid and reliable veterans who now carry the team on their backs. So the final question I leave for you to ponder and respond to in the comments is, considering we will have Marcus Mariota leading the offense with Terry McLaurin finally back, but facing one of the best defenses in the entire NFL that has been historically dominant this season, do you believe this duo of experienced veterans will find a way to create enough plays to keep us competitive and perhaps even pull off an unlikely win? Or is the quality gap between the teams too great at this moment? And should we accept that this game serves more as preparation and development for when Jaden Daniels returns fully healthy in the coming weeks?